Now we got Lonnie Bee in the building, present and accounted for. Thank you for pulling up. I really
No
appreciate
problem, Lonnie motherfucking B. I'm happy to be here on Prime Quality TV.
it. Thank you. I really appreciate it.
No problem, bro.
Just to like get into it and get started, you from DC, born and raised. Talk about what it was like growing up in DC for you.
Scary as shit. It's like, nah. Growing up in DC was lit. Like the time that I was growing up, like late 80s, early 90s, and stuff like that, like being outside, the things that used to go on, the block parties, the Unifest, Georgia Avenue Day, the Battle of the Bands, Stadium Armory, that shit was lit. It was real culture. Like today, I don't know what the fuck is going on. But back then it was such an inspiration. Like we wanted to do stuff. We wanted to get on stage, be in the talent shows, go to the functions. It was a city full of great activities that cater to the culture.
What was it like? What was queer culture like growing up?
Queer culture, it was a peekaboo session. Bitches was playing hide and go seek. It wasn't like what you see now. Everybody on TV kissing, the preacher fucking the deacon. Like they ain't do all that. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? People was doing what they was doing, but it was in the alley behind the garbage cans and stuff like that. It wasn't as exposed that it is now. But it didn't bother me none because at the end of the day, I was always who I am. And people love me because of my personality and how respectful I was, because I didn't project who I was on other people. So people was cool. It was given, you keep that gay shit over there, and I'm gonna keep this straight shit over here, and I'm gonna be a junkie over here. Everybody knew their lanes, and everybody just did their own thing. So nobody intersected with each other, so we was all given nothing but respect towards each other.
Did you feel support, growing up?
Hell yeah. The funny nigga always supported. That was my weapon. Like I was protecting the bullies, because the bullies can't read.
Right.
They can't read, they don't know how to talk. You know what I'm saying? So when people pick on them, they ain't really know how to bounce back. So I would jump in for them, and in a favor, they would have to protect me. So the streets had me covered because I was the funny nigga.
So a lot of people, know about the group called the Check It. For people who don't know, or maybe from a younger generation, what do you remember about that group when they came onto the scene?
Dangerous men with lipstick on. It's like, no. The Checker is lit. First of all, shout out to the Checker. Those my friends, my secret security. Those my friends. Like, they're really, really good. What I known about the Checker is they were a group of people that they just wanted to be accepted. You know what I'm saying? And when people feel like that they can play with people from the gay community, the Checker was one that you couldn't play with. So they like to go out where the straight people go out at, and they wasn't gonna be rejected. So if you try to reject them, bitch, they was gonna check you. So that's what they was about. It wasn't really them being bullies. They was on the defense of protecting who they was, and they wasn't hiding who they was. You know what I'm saying? They wore the colors, they wore the heels, they wore the lipstick, they wore the wigs, and you wasn't about to make them feel like that they wasn't accepted while them still being going out, going to the go-go's, having fun. They was a part of the community, and you wasn't about to play with them, so they was gonna check you.
You talked about, how they was your security. Like, did you know any members personally?
Fuck yeah, I know them. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna say who I know because I don't want them to know who I know. You know what I'm saying? I want them to think it's sweet, so bitch, you can get a cavity. But no, at the end of the day, yeah, I know them personally. Like, we talk all the time. And I support them in their real life and what it is that they got going on now.
Did you ever face like any backlash or like threats for like, just being yourself growing up?
No, I ain't never do that. I got jumped before, but it was because I was from Southeast and them niggas was from Northeast, and they got dealt with, but we're gonna leave that alone because that case still open. But it's like, nah. But at the end of the day, I ain't never get picked on or bullied or molested or nothing like that. You know what I'm saying?
What about as far as like inspirational figures? Like who kind of inspired you growing up, especially, to live your life and not worry about what other people think?
Well, my inspiration comes more so from my household. Like my Uncle Charles. Man, I miss my Uncle Charles, y'all. Like my Uncle Charles was my inspiration, my grandfather, my grandmother, my mother, my aunts, Aunt Blanc, Aunt Pam. Like those was my inspiration, you know what I'm saying? Because they showed me how important it was to be family.
So kind of like, moving to like your career and everything. You known as every girl's best friend and every homeboy's counselor.
Mm-hmm.
Where do you feel like that charisma and ability to connect with people comes from?
Being outside back in the day, being on the corner, like joning on everybody, joning, cracking jokes, you know what I'm saying? Being the life of the party, being a people's person, all that came from that. You know, just being active in the streets. Like the streets taught me more than school. You know what I'm saying? Like it embraced me more than the church. So I got everything of who I am from the streets.
Do you feel like the streets get a people like don't understand? Like you just said you got everything from the street. Do you think there's a misconception that goes into like street life and what it can do for people?
No, I don't think it's a miss. I don't think people miss that. I think what the thing is that it's not no more real street niggas out there. That's what I think. All the real ones who abide by the rules of the streets, like we not gonna shoot on the block when a woman outside, or we not gonna shoot on the block when kids outside. Like all of that respect is gone because the real street niggas who value that stuff, they're no longer here. They either dead or they either locked up or they even got a big house out up in Marlboro with a grill and shit, and they not coming back to the fucking city because they just don't want to come back to the city because it's no laws that's, you know what I'm saying, that abide by the streets in the city no more. So that's what I honestly think it is. Like, but if you was one who really know what street life is about, then you would know how to move on the streets. You know what I'm saying? And you'll have the integrity of a real street nigga because even real street niggas have integrity. Like, you know what I'm saying? They know how to move. They know what to do. You know what I'm saying? And nowadays, you don't really know who's who because everybody's everywhere. So.
How do you feel about the DMV in particular, like the DMV community? Like, what do you feel like, with all the talent that exists here, do you feel like it can become like a hub, like, in Atlanta or LA or New York or places like that?
Let me be honest with you, Zach. When you say DMV, bitch, I think Department of Motor Vehicles. Like, I'm a DC nigga. Like, I don't know shit about no DMV. I hate going down there because they, next! Like, nah, that's what I think about. That. But when you say, okay, so we talking about DC, Maryland, Virginia.
Yeah, but we could say DC if you want to, put it to that.
All right, so ask me again about DC.
Okay, so do you feel like DC could be like a major hub, like a Atlanta?
Fuck yeah. Fuck yeah. First of all, you have to identify with the talent, and then also you gotta eliminate the hating ass niggas. And what I mean by identifying with the talent is you gotta see who really has the talent. Right. These niggas don't be really having no talent. Can I talk my shit?
Go ahead.
Like these niggas don't be having no talent. It's just a trend. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't be seeing these niggas in the rooms I be in. Like, you know what I'm saying? These niggas ain't working hard enough. They looking for somebody to give them a, you know what I'm saying, a free pass. And then the reason why I say them hating, because they hated to get in the room. They're haters because they don't want to get in the room with a nigga that's doing better than them. Right. They're afraid to say, bruh, I need a little help. Because their ego be in the way. Yeah. Not knowing, bitch, that's what's going to elevate us when we come together. Everybody else outside of the city is working together. You know what I'm saying? And people that's in the city that's really moving, they're working together. You know what I'm saying? These niggas feel like they too grand. They don't even got to audition. Right. They think I look like auditioning, bitch. A bitch that want the job. You know what I'm saying? That's what you look like, auditioning. See, when they get out of that mentality, then they start to win. Till then, they're going to remain over there as a big-ass loser.
Do you feel like a lot of the, people that you're referring to are just people who may be trying to just, like, do something to get clout and famous real quick and not willing to put in the actual work it takes to get to that level?
Hell yeah. Niggas are living in the right now. They're not thinking about the future. Right. They want to be popular. They don't want to be successful. Yeah. That's the difference. You know what I'm saying? So, there be niggas in the cities that saying they the goats and shit. Well, that the goat sound? I don't know what the fuck. But at the end of the day, they keep saying they the goat, but they ain't doing no goat moves. Right. You know what I'm saying? They not really doing that. Everybody want to be labeled as something, but they don't have the footwork behind what they want to be called. Right. So how can you respect people like that, bro? You
said a lot of them want to be popular versus successful. Mm-hmm. Did you always have that mentality and want to be successful rather than popular?
Hell yeah. Because I think about me working for me. I don't want to work for nobody's act. Right. Like, I want to get up in the morning and make my own shots. And being popular or the nigga around the way that everybody know, that ain't going to get it. Like, you know what I'm saying? I like to get up in the morning in my own shit where I pay my bills. You know what I'm saying? Right. Go in that refrigerator and get the food that I bought. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, get in the car that I paid off. Like, that's how I want to live. Like, and I just want to, you know what I'm saying, make sure that I'm secure. And just by everybody knowing me don't mean I'm secure. You know what I'm saying? I want to be stable financially, mentally, and physically.
Where do you feel like that mindset and the values you have, where do you think that comes from?
The OGs back in the day, the real street niggas that was spitting the game. See, the most important thing from back in the day was we listened. These niggas don't listen. When them street niggas was on that motherfucking corner talking that shit, I'm from Robinson Place. I'm from Robinson Place, and I'm not naming nobody. I'm not naming nobody. I'm from Robinson Place, and I'm from 17th and Compton. Okay? Back in the day, 17th and Compton. You know what I'm saying? I still love them. Shout out to all the new people. I don't know y'all, but shout out to y'all. You know what I'm saying? But back in the day, Compton, and it was a different era back then. Like, the niggas, they tell you, bitch, okay, when something about to happen, y'all get off this corner. Cause something about to happen. We just went up the black hole. We just got into it with these niggas, and they might slide through, and we don't want y'all right here. Like, it was just a different type of respect, and we learned from them. You know what I'm saying? They taught us how to make $1 out of 15 cents. You know, they taught us shit like that. They wasn't trying to backdoor us. They wasn't trying to set us up. You know what I'm saying? When niggas came around there that wasn't from around there, y'all got to get off this block. You know what I'm saying? Like 15 Place stayed on 15 Place, Robinson Place stayed on Robinson Place. They didn't cross that field around Johnson because that's y'all turf, this our turf. You know what I'm saying? It was just respect and values and laws. And you know, and we learned that from the OG, and that is structure. See, I have structure. You know, I put things in perspective, and that's what they did, and that's what I learned from them.
When do you feel like all of that got lost?
When niggas started dying and going to jail. And then the niggas who was hating on the niggas, the big niggas that went to jail, they showed their true colors by just trying to take over or throw dirt on their name or, you know what I'm saying, not look out for them, not send them shit. You know what I'm saying? This was their opportunity to like sabotage their legacy and build up a fraudulent ass legacy. Damn, we in this motherfucker speaking real shit. Like we that. You ain't never had a guest like this. These niggas be wildin' zacks like that. These niggas be wildin' zacks like that.